It says we are live. So welcome to Tuesday Talks, everyone. If you're seeing this live, thank you for joining. That makes me happy. If you're not, and you're seeing this recording, that makes me happy too. I am Kristie Ondracek. I'm the CFO, CEO here at TXCPA Houston. You probably can tell the voice is a little raspy. Thank you, Houston Allergies. You are awesome. I've been outside way too much this weekend, but enjoying the live, as we all should be. And today I have a special guest. If you caught her on our webinar a couple weeks ago, she did a fabulous job there, but I wanted to bring her back and so we could find out more about you, Marie. And you are a fellow CPA, so you got my heart there. And you are in Florida. So you guys, we are going national with this whole thing. But Marie, can you give us some background about you, of who you are, and a little bit about what you do and why I asked you to come on here, why you need to be in every CPA's virtual Rolodex.
Yeah, absolutely. So Marie Teresian, I'm a CPA, as you mentioned, also got my CMA as well. Yeah, I started my career as an auditor, typically like most of us do, and then kind of went into corporate accounting. A few years back, actually 2018, I decided to launch myself into entrepreneurship after I had my second child, my daughter, my little one. And so that has been quite a journey for me. And so I launched my CPA firm just before COVID, which I realized very early that as CPAs and accountants, we don't really get to learn how to market and sell. Right? So, which brings me to my whole new mission, why every CPA now needs to know me, is the Profit Lab, where I I went to work with, to learn from one of the top-notch names in marketing and sales, and became a 10X certified coach to actually help not only, my businesses, but also really transform the CPA industry with marketing and sales strategies from the 10X systems. So that's where I'm here, to kind of help modernize the CPA industry.
Yeah, and for those of you who know, I've been getting you guys some great marketing and sales people to help you, because while we may have taken intro to marketing as an undergrad or our MBA, putting it into action, especially this day and age where you have so many different ways of marketing. You have the digital marketing, you still have, billboards and print and all that. And it's like, oh, and by the way, you still have your clients. So it's not like you just can do marketing. So that's why I try to bring you guys different ideas and different CPE. But Marie, as a fellow CPA, I mean, you understand the struggle of having a book of business.
Yes.
But then also wanting to grow that book of business and understanding how to do the marketing. So can you give a little background of how that really comes all together for a CPA, little CPA firm, or even a middle-sized CPA firm?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, and of course, I mean, the typical CPA firms that I would want to work with are the ones that are, much smaller, or to maybe a mid-size, 20, maybe 50 employees. I mean, anyone bigger, they can hire a whole marketing team to work with that. But I really want to help those that are still very small and they're still struggling to really get known within their little niche right now. And one of the things that I learned when I started is that, for example, my niche was how I'm going to do more advisory services, and advisory services are becoming the real thing right now. But, 2018, it was still the brand new thing I was trying to sell. So it was definitely not known. And every time I was trying to work with a social media marketer or anyone that I was trying to ask for help, they would not be able to translate what I was saying as what I do as a service to what I actually do. And it was I was like, oh my God, nobody really understands what I do. So how are they going to really help me? And that's where it was after continuous struggle and trying to do it myself, I learned how to design things on Canva. I designed my website. I I started writing up content. If you look at the content I write now versus the content I used to probably come up with before, people actually write to me. Some of my sales and marketing people write to me and say, hey, that last email was very, very good. I'm like, yeah, I wrote that up. So, it changes, but it takes a lot. So for me, it feels like I just graduated with a whole new degree. Because it just took that much time, effort, and investment and money to be able to do that. So it takes. So for example, to give you a general idea, so like you said, social media marketing is a whole new animal. And anybody that sells you guys that they can get you X number of followers in so many months, do not believe that. Those things are bought and they are not true customers. And anyone that really know, like real agency will never ever do that because they know they can't get that. Those are not real customers. So social media is something that you want to commit, and it takes a while. So I started doing social media 2018, randomly posting stuff that I had no idea who I was talking to. I did not know who my client persona was. I didn't know what an avatar meant, and all of these things that nobody knew. But I knew I had to be on social media. I created my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Twitter. I did everything I thought I was doing correctly. And I was posting motivational stuff that nobody was looking. I'm telling you the honest truth. I worked hard for this.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing is like, we see that in, those CPAs who are 1-2 people firms are like, we don't have time. And that's why I'm bringing Marie to you, because she understands you don't have the time. You want a return on the investment of dollars sooner than later.
Oh, yeah.
And the energy, it does take energy. Oh my goodness. To think, you think of that motivational post that no one reads, except for your 10 closest friends who are just like, I just like everything you say. But it takes that time and energy. So, in 2018 to 2022, you've grown and now you're sharing your expertise. So how does that feel to be able to have a sales and marketing person come back and say, oh my goodness, that email was spot on?
Yeah, I mean, it takes, like I said, and to kind of say something you meant to very quickly on something you said just a second ago, is the time, the ROI, and all that. And one of my close friends that I collaborate with all the time, he asked me that question before I started the Profit Lab. He said, can you actually monetize in the past 3 years? How much did it cost you to actually do all of this social media yourself, between social media marketing, the podcast that you created, going on to doing webinars for others, doing webinars for yourself, and your own company, creative work that I did, and then money that I invested, plus time that I couldn't get new clients because I was doing all of this work myself. So in 3 years, I calculated, with a very, very conservative hourly rate that I couldn't do the work, conservative rate, about $178,000, 172, 170. I mean, guys, you can hire a good team, a very good team that actually understands accounting social media, not just any social media. And that is the thing. I get hit with a lot of people, and I did that before and I fell for it, where people will tell you, oh, we'll do LinkedIn automation that's going to get you a bunch of booked clients. Really? So if you get me clients that are booked and I talk to them, but I don't know how to close the deal, really didn't help me. So it's very, very important that we have all of the skills. And in a firm setting, when we are a smaller firm, it's even harder, because if you're the partner or the only owner and you only have a few staff, you're the marketer, the salesperson, and the closer, and you are also the main service provider overseeing all the work. It's just not possible. So you either have to hire a team to help you with certain things that are very knowledgeable in our industry. And that's where I saw that there's just, now this has become my passion. It has been my mission now. And this is what I want to help out with.
Well, and I think that's wonderful, because you spoke about, you get like LinkedIn, these people, fast and furious people. It's like, here's a lot of people. oh,
yeah.
great, you gave me some potential leads, but are they the right leads? Is
Right.
this, because I actually just came back from a retreat this weekend. You guys will see more on LinkedIn as soon as I actually post. Everyone else from the retreat has been posting, like, oh, I'll get there. But there's a funnel. So you have those
Yes.
leads, but then you have the true leads. And that's where I think you come in
Qualified.
and you are going to be talking to the CPA and say, what true client, what's your perfect client? You talked
Right.
about the avatar and the
Yes.
first, that personal touch thing, persona thing, because that's who you have to talk to when you write your emails. And so can you
Right.
talk about how you help CPAs with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what I like to do is, for example, when I put together my marketing packages for CPAs, the first thing we're going to do is set up a strategy time, because we're not doing anything before we start a full strategy. That strategy time could be an hour, 2 hours, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because we want to first understand for that specific firm, who are their typical clients? Do they want the campaigns to be specific to a new niche they want to get, or is it going to be to the same niche that they already have? There's a whole strategy behind what they're doing. It's not about all general, here we are, here we are, here we are, but nobody's really, okay, all right, so that's not really talking to me. There's also, for example, specific strategies that I've learned from the 10X system is how to specifically write up the content on the social media, how to hook the person that's reading it so that it shows specifically to them. For example, are you blah, blah, blah? Oh my God, yes, that's me. That's me. Okay, now I'm reading. Versus when you just put general information, they're like, okay, great, good. Next one. I mean, people's attention is down to almost nothing. I'm sorry, like
2
a dog.
seconds.
A
2
dog.
seconds.
What was that? It's
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. And you have to catch them on social media, because TikTok is like, they are 15-second videos, and sometimes people are just scrolling and scrolling.
Yes.
And what do you think about the algorithms? Because they're always changing. Do you get stuck on those, or what's your concept around those?
So some of the things that I've noticed as well, it happens quite a lot to me too, is for postings, for example, a while on Instagram, if you've noticed, it was, you would do nice little posts, and I was doing a lot of, let's say, just pictures, beautiful pictures, a lot of good content. The captions were coming out, getting a lot of engagement. And then they opened up the Reels gates, and then everybody was on Reels. And I'm like, okay, I got to switch like as soon as I can. And I couldn't switch fast enough. And I have to be honest, and there's only so much I can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I started doing more videos myself. I did some lives, I did some Reels. And now I'm actually repurposing my own podcast content to kind of start launching my IG and TikTok actually to a next level, because I'm like, okay, this is what the algorithm wants. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, I can just imagine
the careful, like I'm very always watching what is happening, because they are. And right now, like you said, TikTok and Instagram are very good with mostly organic followings. You will, especially TikTok. I mean, I put one new, let's say, if you're consistently posting, let's say every day, every other day, I mean, you get 2 to 3 followers randomly just because of what you posted, and they will push these new posts and interesting new things right away. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars like Facebook to get pushed up the level, which none of us starting out or even 2-3 years into our business can even afford any type of advertising like that.
Well, you bring up a good thing about, or a good concept about TikTok. And first, I'm going to go back just a bit. For those who are so new to social media, what you were just describing, I think just put them in overwhelm.
Okay.
So one thing I want to say to them, because I've been around, I have my little side hustle that's not truly active, but it's coming back. But the one thing I'm going to keep remembering for myself, and I think you can talk to this, is baby steps. And this is why we would hire someone like you, is
Yes.
to help us with those baby steps of what does those baby steps look like?
Right, yeah. So for example, for the basic package we have, for example, we start with, say we're gonna do 15 posts. It's going to be, we're managing 3 social media. We're gonna make sure the website is looking, very sharp. It has a lot of the SEO, the right hashtags. So very specific things. And this is something where I feel that during that strategy session is where we're going to go into details and explaining, because one thing I do, even as a CPA and doing accounting and working with my accounting clients, I like to always educate. I don't want anyone wondering what we're working on. And this, because I was always getting these social media and other offers and services that nobody's explaining how are you getting this for me? So my intention is always to work with the owner, whether in the accounting side of the business or on the profit lab as a coach or in marketing. It's always to explain. And yes, we'll start with baby steps. We're going to be like, okay, you have no social media. Okay, these are the top 3 we're going to start with. And then we'll expand. Okay, you have, we're ready. These 3 are done. Okay, we're going to add 2 more. And then you can go up the channel that way until you have what we call is the omnipresence of marketing. And you're on every channel.
Oh my goodness, that would be overwhelming. But
the next strategy.
yeah, and it is a great strategy. So I think for a CPA, I would be wondering, if I was doing CPA services, why be on social media? How am I going to get those leads from social media?
Yeah.
And you talked about specific hashtags and having specific, like talking to the person, to avatar,
Right.
but how are those leads going to come back to be revenue?
Absolutely. There's different strategies on there, and I'll tell you how. And the partner or the owner of the business does have to put in a little bit of time sometimes. But I'll tell you one thing, the future of our industry is all on social as well, because a lot of the younger people, right, so are all on social media. They're on different channels. So however much, let's say LinkedIn is the more professional place, and there's always room for that, but there are also a lot of the younger people starting businesses as early as 18 years old. So if we're going to cater to those people, we cannot be just waiting in the back office, waiting for without age discrimination here, an older client to say, hey, my grandson just started a business, I want you to help him. They're not going to do that. But if we are actually on every social media, at some point down the line, at least we're talking to, and we are in the face of these younger people that are entrepreneurs starting their businesses as early as 18 years old, 20, 25. So they are there. That's where we have to be. That's the future. And then more technology that's coming into our industry as well. It's the same thing. I see a lot of our accounting related CRM systems, technologies all on there. They're targeting to us. They're looking at whoever has accounting into, and that's the way you target. Now, if you want to advertise on Facebook or anything else, you're going to target by interests. You're going to target other CPAs that they have a CPA or an accounting. They're interested in money. They're interested in entrepreneurship. You're going to be able to set up these interests, and you'll be able to target those specific groups. Or you have, let's say, a list of clients and their emails. You can upload that and use a similar lookalike to advertise. So there's just so many techniques. We just have to start someplace instead of just expecting to be in this location and expect people just randomly refer people to you.
Yeah, I think
do that too, but there has to be a system for that as well.
I think the thing that we need to remember is we can go all over. And maybe you don't want to be in New York or California, but
Right.
you're okay in the Midwest. With these profiles, with these interests, you'll be able to determine all those fields and everything. And as you were talking, I actually came up with the ideas. So because it's coming into year end, I know you guys just got done with taxes. You're like, no, Kristie, we don't want to think about it. But you could do a social media campaign of saying, hey, did you just start a side hustle this year? Did you just start being an influencer? Talk to me, because I'll help you with your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And, a quick video like that. And if you need me to do it, you guys, I'm there for you. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, ooh, this would be the time to like just do a simple one, get your foot into the water, but talk to Marie first. Like she'll like guide you
We'll
on
do the
how to do
strategy
it.
first.
Yeah, get you, baby steps into that. So I guess this is like a personal question. Because I just find it interesting because I have people who message me on TikTok, and I'm sorry if you're one of my messengers and I don't respond because I don't know how. That's why we're doing this. Yeah, it's for me, not for you guys. So let's say someone does reach out to you on TikTok or social
Mhm.
media. How do you verify that they are a good contact or a good lead to follow up with?
I think you have to use some of the qualifying questions, and I've done that. Like when I initially posted that I was starting to coach, business coaching as part of my 10X licensee. So I had a few people that reach out to me saying, "Hey, I'm interested," all of that. And I just asked them the usual questions I would ask on the phone if I were to get them on that 30-minute discovery call, because I just didn't want to waste too much time wondering if they are legit. So I asked them specific questions to see if they're really true. Okay, what are some of the challenges you are having? For example, is there a partner that needs to be on the call? When is your time availability? Please provide me your email, phone number. Let's schedule a call. And then when they start seeing things are getting very serious, they're either going to drop or just going to back off.
So do you use like, I don't want to say Survey Monkey, but like Jotform or one of the digital products out there that does quizzes and intake forms? I guess it's intake forms is the
Intake
correct
forms.
term.
I don't have job form. What I do use, it's not necessarily for forms, but what I do use, for example, I do have some automation onto like any comments that I get on my, let's say, social media stuff, because sometimes I may not be able to answer right away.
Mhm.
So I do have, let's say, a message saying, "Hey, we'll respond to you as soon as possible," for example. So it just gives someone a chance to say, "Hey, and it also gives the chance, because sometimes some people try to use this as they see you very active, public speaker kind of thing, and they start writing to you personal stuff." So like,
Oh, I'm not that famous. Thank goodness. I don't want to be that famous, but well, I think that's interesting because I have been researching and been going to like different seminars and all this. I just love learning. And one of the things that we're saying is having like a quiz or having an intake form, like doing like a Google form, like, oh, if you're interested here, do this intake form or whatever. I didn't know if that was something you maybe used.
I have that form linked to my actual calendar. So I use, for example, for CRM, I use Keep. I don't think I mentioned on the webinar when I was talking. So in Keep, I do have that kind of a questionnaire. So if someone is actually interested, I will book them and they will receive the form to fill out before the call. Because what I don't want, here's another technique, you guys can use it. The reason I just don't send everyone the calendar link anyway, because they may not actually do it. So I actually take charge and I say, okay, please provide me your best email and phone number. And I go into my calendar, let's say through Keep, and then book them in. So, I mean, they can still not show up, but but I got their information, and then I can nurture them from there.
So you can get their emails and then you can have that on your email list, because keep in mind, I actually did know this, but was re-emphasized this weekend. The social media platform connections that you have, they are not yours.
Exactly.
You can be kicked off at any time for any reason. So do not rely on them to be your future leads. So get their email, get their permission to be on your email list.
Yeah, you always ask that, may I have your best phone number and email? That would be the best way to ask. And once they give it to you, then you put it in your system, send them the calendar, let them know, I just booked you. You're going to receive the calendar, blah, blah. I will speak with you at that time, and then let your, whole CRM system calendar thing take care of everything else.
Let automation help you.
And then you can nurture. If they don't show up, and because for any reason the client got busy, something came up and they canceled because whatever reason, At least you have their information. They're not ready today. You keep nurturing them, showing them additionally how much you know, and you can still nurture them with other emails or other offers that at some point, maybe not today, 3 months, 6 months down the road, they will be ready. And I'll give you an example. For example, last year I spoke with a gentleman that was gonna, they help with specifically, let's say, working on a elevator pitch. They have a very specific system. I loved him. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna work with this guy. But the timing wasn't right. Not that I don't want to work with it. It's just the timing wasn't right for me. Today I emailed him. I'm ready. I'm going on TV for an audition. I'm ready. So it's just the timing. Yeah. So don't feel bad. And the reason I say it, because I felt as I was starting my business, and like if someone didn't show up, it's like, oh my God, like I am a horrible person, or something happened because they don't like me. It has nothing to do with you. It's just the timing. And that's something that I've learned as I became a 10X coach and learning from Grant Cardone's strategies, is that it's not you, it's a timing. So you just keep nurturing them. You give them your love, you show them all you know, and when they're ready, they'll come back.
Yeah, and that's what, we have to remember as those going, because people are having their own side hustles, or they're putting the shingle out, and the time isn't always right when you're ready.
Yeah.
It's when they are ready. And, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And, that's why I'm bringing like Marie to you to help you with those baby steps. And so that you understand, like, you've heard me say funnels and leads and all these terminologies I can tell you 2 years ago, I had no clue about. But I'm learning. Now I have a question, because it was a roadblock for myself, which I still find funny as the roadblock. I didn't want to show my face on camera for my personal business. Like, I will do it for TXCPA, Houston, all over the place. But like for my personal side hustle, that was a huge roadblock. So if there is someone out there who's like, I do not want to be on video, and video is the way it's going, you guys, you got to get over it, or you don't like the sound of your voice or whatever. What are some suggestions of getting through that roadblock?
Oh, that's such a great question. I'm glad you asked me, because I was probably like dying of fear all of 2021 trying to practice being on video. And I remember I would record the video, look at it, change it, record it again, and change it. And I was like, no. And then I would not do it. And then I went over that over and over. I don't know how many times. And so eventually, I decided to do the podcast with my colleague as well. So we did the coffee time with Marie Therese and CPA. So I felt like I had to force myself to a point where, because, everybody knows their personality type. Like, for me, once I commit and put it out there, I am done. Like, I just have to do it. I cannot, So once I did that, and just having my colleague there in a similar setting like this, it just helped me get over that hump. So instead of just being all by myself recording and then I'm like over analyzing, it just helped me get over it. So for those of you struggling, try maybe doing things together with a friend first. It will help you get over the fact, and get you a little bit more comfortable. And then eventually you can start doing it on your own. That's what I would recommend. An extra quick tip, 10X strategy: record, don't look at it, post it.
Exactly. Yes. Totally agree.
I give you 2 strategies now. You have no excuse.
Yeah, you got this, you guys. You got this. And I remember, because in 2020 we went virtual for all of our conferences, and everyone had to record themselves. A lot of times I would be on the other side helping the speaker record. Well, no one was there for me. My first 50-minute presentation took over 4 hours to record because of my perfectionism. Finally, like after start and stopping 5 million times, I finally said, this is it. Nope. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm recording. And I just went with it. Yeah. Also put in the thing that, as if you're recording yourself on Zoom, act like you're talking to your client.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be authentic.
Yes.
You are going to use the words that you would use with your client. Don't try to be something you are not.
Absolutely.
And if you are someone who hates speaking but you speak to your clients, keep this in mind. You are already a speaker.
Yes.
What I have started doing is actually 30 minutes a day reading things out loud so I can practice enunciation. So that when I am on like Tuesday Talks or up on stage, it's already a habit to do
Yeah.
it. So you got some strategies for me
Love
too.
it. I love it. These are great strategies. I love it.
And smile, you guys, make sure the smile goes to the eyes.
Yep.
Because if they don't, your audience knows. And whether it's on TikTok, because I'm telling you, like, if that speaker is looking at the camera and you know they're not having a good day, they're gonna go, wee, wee, wee. And that's all the videos. And LinkedIn is getting more videos, you know, so we can't get away from it. You know, you have so much expertise. If you want practice, come on Tuesday Talks. I would love to have different members on Tuesday Talks. So,
Amazing.
Marie, have these been the hardest questions you've ever had in your life?
No, very easy
See?
questions. It's just normal, just regular questions. I would have, things we would have talked if we were sitting down together at a coffee shop talking. So,
And, you know, and as a potential client, you know, you're going to be wondering about the strategy. And I think, you know, and understanding social media, and the reason I'm just so passionate about connecting people and bringing people such as yourself to CPAs is because you guys have a great network. I want to make you guys' lives easier. So you have time to be outside with the pollen and get allergies like me. Or just be outside and enjoy life. That's my purpose. So Marie, as we come to the end of our time, which has gone way too fast, is there some like little things that you want to tell these potential clients, these CPAs who are like, oh, you know, I do need to get on social media, but oh, when do I do this?
Oh, yeah. So, I would say you have to start someplace, right? So here's a coaching strategy that I would usually recommend my coaching, clients, is that look at your calendar and clear out, at least for the time being, at least 2 hours a week that you can dedicate to some marketing, at least to start strategizing what you want to do. And then based on your, let's say, the type of clients where they're hanging out, pick one channel you can focus on. If it's LinkedIn, then focus on LinkedIn only. And the third thing, decide on, let's say, how many content you can create. If it's 2 a week, then just do 2 a week. If this is all DIY we're talking about, just doing it yourself, okay? So just start someplace instead of just saying, well, because the fact of the matter that you have to. It's not about I don't want to, it's about you have to. So make some time, pick at least one channel that's where your clients are hanging out, and at least, decide on how many posts you can create and, put out there on that channel.
And one thing I would like to also emphasize is repurposing.
Yes.
So Marie is going to get a download of this video. She can repurpose this however she wants. So repurposing it on the different channels. So let's say you do have a video.
Mhm.
You can put that on YouTube. You can put that on LinkedIn. You can do short YouTube videos.
Yes, YouTube
short
shorts.
reels. Yeah, you know, you can make a transcript of it and oh, look at that. Now you have a blog. You have an article. So don't think that you have to have something different for each channel.
Exactly.
You can do one project that goes across multiple channels. And I know Marie will help you like figure all that out. Don't call Kristie.
Absolutely.
Kristie just knows it. She doesn't know how to do it. She just knows about it. Totally two different things. So Marie, I so appreciate all your time, and I can't wait for you to come to Houston and hang out with us in person.
Great.
And, get up on that stage and actually, share all this knowledge at a conference. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Tuesday. It is beautiful outside. It's nice and cool here in Houston. I don't know how your weather is, but we just got a cold front, so we're enjoying it.
Lucky you guys. We're still in lots of heat here in Miami.
Well, hopefully it comes to your way for just a few days. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Marie, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.